Where do you start? It's tough to put these things in words, and I'm not going to tell you I have the words for you right now. I get the question all the time, especially from media folks recently, is at what point did you think this team had a chance to be something special? I guess it's easy to talk about that now, but going back to December when we were done with the winter term, Maggie and I went back to Boston, spent Christmas there, and right before Christmas, I always get the grades on how we did during the course of the fall. When I got the grades this year, they're very complimentary, and they were very good for a lot of different reasons. But at that point, once I received those grades, I started thinking about the fall. And I compared it to all the falls that we had prior to this year. And I thought to myself, there was no drama, there was consistency, there were great actions, they were modeling the behaviors that you would all want represented in your own family. And I thought to myself, with that consistent behavior right now, we have a chance, if we continue, to do a lot of great things. Whether we could win a national championship, I'm not sure. Whether we could win an SEC championship, I'm not sure. But as Joe gets up here and talks about all the accomplishments of this group and this staff, they checked every single box. Every single box. But I'm not bright enough to come up with another word outside of consistency and maturity, and that's what it was. I look at the top, I look at the staff, and underneath the staff sits 7 seniors. 7 seniors in 2016 who probably had the toughest time of their lives, losing a teammate, and then 4 years later to come back to school, to finish their degree, and to be the leaders of a program, and to be the modelers of a program, and go from devastation to celebration, and come full circle inside of an athletic and student program. I give them tons of credit, and give this great group all the credit in the world for bringing home this 2nd national championship. Whether they're Vanderbilt's best team really doesn't matter. What we told them at the beginning is they're going to write their own chapter. And their own chapter is all that matters. Because inside that chapter, it's chapter 17 and just fits in with all the other 16 teams we've had at Vanderbilt. But you know what? If we didn't have 2003, that moment with Worth Scott, we wouldn't have 2004. If we didn't have 2004, we may never got David Price, Ryan Flaherty, Pedro Alvarez. We don't get 2007. If we don't get 2007, we don't get 2010 when we went to our first Super Regional. If we don't get 2010, we don't go to 2011 when we went to the College World Series for the first time. If we don't get 2011, we don't have that super year in 2013. And then we don't win our first national championship in 2014. And then we don't become the runner-up in 15. And maybe with a situation that we had at 16, it calloused our brains enough and gave us the mental toughness to get to this point right now in 2019. My point is this: every year is connected to another one. That's why they're called VandyBoys. You played here, and once you play here, you stay here as a VandyBoy. We're just another chapter of this fine group of collection of baseball players. On behalf of the coaches, on behalf of the staff, on behalf of my wife, and on behalf of these players, I want to thank you all out here in front of us for coming here today, for spending money to go to Omaha and taking time away for your family, and then for spending time out at Hawkins Field, at our football stadium, our basketball arena, just for supporting Vanderbilt University. We're the finest university in this country, and we're certainly glad we can be the best of both worlds. The best academically, and on this day, the best athletically as well. Thank you very much for coming today. We appreciate you guys.